So I've been traveling around Asia for just over a month now, and in that time I've learned a lot, especially when it comes to packing. Those are my two bags right over there that I packed up my entire life into, essentially, to bring around with me. So inside I have my, things I need to live, things I need to do my work, and almost an entire recording studio to make videos just like this. Today I'm breaking down exactly what's inside my digital Nomad backpack, what I packed, why I chose the items that I did, and what I've learned along the way to get rid of that I don't actually need. Alright, so let's talk about the bag really quickly. So I looked for a while to find a bag that could have security for my camera gear, hold a tripod, and at the same time be big enough for a 15-inch laptop. So what I came up with was this. It's the Eve case. I don't know if you guys can see that. I'll zoom it in really quickly. Eve case. All the gear in this video is going to be in the description if you want to check it out. So first thing I'm going to take out right now because I need it for the video is the tripod. Alright, so this is just an Amazon Basics tripod. Super simple, super lightweight, pretty cheap, but gets the job done. It was just in this tripod case, which I have sitting in this. It's actually a tripod holder that's built into this bag, and then I put it through the inside the water bottle thing. Neck pillow, open it up, and that's kind of the mess I got going on. So neck strap, and we got the charger for the drone controller, camera cleaner thing, camera lens. This is a phone mount for a tripod. GoPro. I'll show you this thing later. Power brick. Laptop charger. In the top, we got the drone DJI Mavic Pro. Now you'll notice that this spot was empty. That's where I keep this camera, but I'm obviously using it right now. Then in this pocket, we got a bunch of charging cables and whatnot. All right, and then on the other tripod holder, we have my gimbal stabilizer. This is the Zhiyun Crane M. I got this one to work with my other camera. Now that I got this new camera right here, it actually is a little too weak. So that kind of sucks, but I can still use it with the other camera. Right, we unzip the front. Got a notebook, then we got hard drive. Other pocket, SD card holder thing, holds all my SD cards that I need. We got my pens for the laptop, and then we got extra drone propellers. All right, that is about it. And then in the top, we have my unmentionables, underwear and whatnot in there. And in the bottom, clothes, and also the drone charger is jammed in here. So in here, this little tiny compartment in the bottom, when I got the bag originally, it has this camera organizer. So just like what you saw in here, like the Velcro organizers. But when you empty that out, this fits 2 sweaters, 3 pants, including a pair of jeans, 2 pairs of shorts, 5 shirts. So pretty much an entire wardrobe. When you roll them all up, can just jam right into here, which is pretty awesome. So that has pretty much unpacked the entire bag. Total weight, which is important when you're traveling, the total weight of everything here, plus the clothes in the bag, come to 20 pounds. So everything here, 20 pounds. Now I'm gonna unpack this little guy, and then we're gonna go over the actual individual items. So in the back of this bag, like I mentioned in the beginning, was the one key to the whole reason I bought the bag is that it has a zipper, and inside fit my full 15-inch Windows Surface, what is this? Surface Book 2. So, all right, that's the full bag now. All right, so the whole point of this bag is to be the on-the-move bag. So the big one is for when I'm actually traveling in the airport or whatnot, and this is for like when I'm going on day trips or walking around the city and exploring. This is just the stuff that I need on me all the time. So in the first pocket, headphones, battery, and a spare camera battery as well. Camera, so this was my original camera that I used for everything. It's the Canon G7X Mark II, but right now I'm using the new Canon that I have. Headphone splitter. Next pocket, I have my Rode mic, which I'm actually wearing right now, so it's not gonna be in there. And then in the top here, we have, this is like for ear aches on the plane, which is a pretty cool product. I don't even know what it's called, but it's awesome. Then inside, where I have the water bottle, this is my microphone. So again, I'm using it right now, but that's just the case. So this is the Zoom, which I attach to the Rode. That's where I get most of my audio from, for my videos, because this cannot take a built-in microphone, so I have to have this on me all the time. Crack into here, and we got my Bluetooth mouse and my adapter. Top pocket, mouse pad. This is a recent addition. I didn't think I would need one of these, but when you're always on different surfaces, you really need a mouse pad, especially if you're doing like video editing work or whatever. Then we got the miniature tripod, extra leg, and then finally the top pocket. This is essential, honestly, for traveling on the plane. It's my bra. No, just kidding. It's my eye covers for sleeping. Then we got an extra drone battery with an adapter. So this is actually a battery for the drone, and at the same time, I put this on, I can charge my phone with it, so it's like super cool. Got another notepad, passport holder, and glasses. So what you're looking at right now is a giant mess. And it's also every single thing that I bring on my trips with me. So I'm gonna actually just organize it all so we can go through every item and why they're important. So one thing I forgot that we're actually charging are the other drone batteries. Now one thing you need to know for sure is if you're gonna bring a drone, and you're gonna bring the batteries obviously, you need to buy one of these lipo-safe bags. Otherwise they might not let you on the plane without having one of these bags because of the regulations or whatever it is. So get yourself these bags. So let's talk about the actual gear. So the Canon G7X, why did I change it out? So the one thing I didn't like about it, one thing I love about this camera is that it's super portable, right? I can slip it into my pocket, put it into my bag, just palm it in my hand when I'm like, recording myself. But the thing about it is that it didn't have a very good autofocus. So sometimes when I was like walking around, I would get out of focus or really blurry when in my videos. So I kind of wanted to just get an upgrade for that reason. And also the fact that I always need to bring around my mic, right? I always need to bring this around because this doesn't have an attached audio. So now that I have the new camera, and I'll show you exactly what I'm looking at right now. So I don't know if you can see that or not in the camera thing, but that's what the new setup looks like right now. It's the Canon SL2 or 200D with a mic on top. So it's much easier to get around because I don't have to always have this mic pinned onto my shirt. But if you just want something simple that you can easily take around with you and you don't want to have a DSLR, then this is definitely a really good camera. Next, GoPro. This is the Hero 5. I'm thinking about getting the 7, but I don't really use it that much. The main reason I use it is just for the underwater shots. This guy's really cool. So I can put the phone on here, and then I also have the arms. So if I want to record my phone in portrait and then put another camera on here for landscape, for Instagram and YT at the same time, then I can do that. Or I can also put a mic on here. So I actually just added this. I did not have this when I left. I added this in Hong Kong. Really useful thing though, especially because you can just pop this part off. So if you don't need the crazy camera arms, it's just a really good, steady, foldable miniature tripod. So when I'm vlogging around and whatnot. Next, my choice of drone, which was the Mavic Pro. So the reason I went with this one and not the Mavic Air, I believe, yeah, the smaller version, is because the battery life. So, like when I'm on my, taking a day trip, I don't want to have to worry about, only having a few minutes of battery. So with this, plus the 3 batteries, I've never had an issue with running out. And the camera quality is crazy. It's a shame I haven't really used it that much, but it is great. These little red things, they don't come with it, but I added them on just as protector. So that's one thing that I did have that I got rid of so far on this trip. So I used to have a big case for this. It looked like this, right? But it was big and bulky and it covered this whole thing. Same thing with this, covered the whole thing. My whole idea was that I wanted to keep it safe and whatnot, but really it's kind of overkill when you have something like that takes up a lot of space. Making the best use of the space in your backpack when you're traveling is key. So having things like this, protective cases, typically if you're just smart with your bag, you take care of it, these aren't gonna do too much. The only reason I have it for this one is because I put my mic in this pocket, right? So if it rains, then the mic will get damaged. That's why I have this case. But for things that are in the main backpack, like the drones, you probably don't need a double casing. All right, so this one has been really key to me. I never thought that it would be as handy as it was, but sometimes when you're doing Airbnb or you're like in a hotel, the plugs are like in weird spots. So having something that with just a little bit of reach makes a big difference. It has two plugs here, one here. Now it's very important that you keep note of the voltage of these. Now I did a lot of research before I left for the trip. I totally forgot by now. I think it's like 240 volts or whatever. So it's safe for where I'm at right now. So make sure if you're buying this and you're buying one of those adapters like this, that you know exactly the voltage that you need to keep your devices safe. Otherwise your devices could get roasted. All right, so on to the main thing that you need to consider when you're going on a trip is what laptop are you gonna bring? Now, if you're doing work online, which I assume most of you are gonna be doing if you're doing that trying to hit that digital nomad lifestyle, that laptop lifestyle, then the laptop is obviously the main ingredient. So I went with the Windows Surface Book 2 because it has really good specs for video editing. And I don't like Mac. So if I was a Mac user, then if you're a Mac user, then you're probably just gonna bring a MacBook. But I'm a Windows guy, and this was the best choice in my opinion, because on top of that, really the main thing was the pens. So I know it looks like overkill because I have 2 pens, but the reason for that is actually kind of a funny story. I thought this was my original pen, right? By the way, the pen doesn't come with the freaking laptop, which I think is dumb in the first place. The pen's like $120, and I thought I lost this pen. Turns out it was just buried in the bottom of my bag, and I just found it recently, so now I have 2. But the thing I like about this is that it can come off, detaches, and becomes a tablet, right? So all the surfaces are obviously tablets, and I take all my daily notes on this guy, and then I just literally just send it off to my phone. Makes it super easy for me. And again, it has the specs that I need for video editing. If you don't need to do any high processor intensive stuff, then you probably just get away with a regular Chromebook. I wish I could have brought a Chromebook because it's smaller and lighter, but I needed this to do the heavy lifting for me. Now, not super important, but I think it's pretty important. Sunglasses, depending where you're traveling, if it's sunny, invest in a good pair. Don't buy something cheap. Get something good so you don't lose them. And then lastly, another gimbal, another stabilizer. Oh, I didn't even show you the first one, but this is the mobile phone stabilizer. This is the Osmo 2. I had the Osmo 1. I actually like the Osmo 1 a little bit better. It's a little more powerful, stronger. And I like that it had a trigger on the back, but a reason I had to get this one is because I broke the first one. I dropped it and it broke. Now, really quick tip about buying electronics when you're traveling. So I was in Bali when I bought this, and it was not an official seller. It was not an official retailer of DJI. So there actually were resellers, and I didn't know that because they look like a huge store, right? They're a huge electronics store. So I overpaid for this by like $80, I think, because I did not double check the pricing, and I did not take time to convert it. And there's also a 2% fee. And then a reseller like that, obviously you're not gonna take a return. So I overpaid for this, which sucked, but you know, lesson learned. Finally, we got this, the Xeon Crane M. So this was made for this guy right here. Not made for it, but it can be used with smaller cameras, like point and shoot cameras. So it's a great little guy, but again, I got a bigger camera. You can kind of see it in the reflection of my laptop, that camera right over there, so it doesn't really work. Now the last thing I want to talk about, the low-key star of the show, is this bag right here. So when looking for a kind of a go bag, I had a really hard time finding something that would fit everything I needed, because I needed something I knew it could fit the camera and keep it relatively safe. Most of the miniature little bags like this look like this. Right, this is what my girlfriend has. It's just a basic bag, has a shoulder strap that can unzip. So I didn't want to carry my camera here and here because it's just a straight line, right? So I wanted something that had compartments. So getting this kind of military-like bag was a lifesaver. So it has this, I think it's called Molly, a modularized something. So I'll just show you. So you just pull this off. These are actually separate bags. I bought them all separately. They can, attach and make different configurations, which is awesome. So the coolest thing about this guy, which is made for water bottles, and I'll link this one because this was like, honestly, a godsend. It's made for water bottles, right? It is literally the perfect fit for this drone. Like, it was like it's custom made for the drone. Pop that over, and then throw that in there like that. Perfect drone carrier. front pocket. It's the exact fit, I swear, I kid you not, for the drone controller. So this right here carries the drone perfectly. I throw the extra batteries in here, or if I want, I can also unclip this and then attach the hooks here, and I can unclip it and just have a separate little pouch thing if I want to just take the drone out for a day as a little carrying bag. So I think this was honestly my best thing that I did before I left for the trip, was finding this and putting this together. This is where I keep the camera, and the microphone goes in here, as you already saw. So this is like honestly been my best friend throughout this trip, this little bag. So definitely, if you're thinking about it, this guy is the way to go. So that's about it. I know it's not my typical kind of video, but hopefully you guys still enjoyed it. If you have any questions about more packing stuff or what software I use, because software and tools and programs are the second key on the list when you're trying to, live the laptop lifestyle. So this whole channel is about, sharing my experiences in business and in life, success and failure, so that you can take from it to build your very own empire. So if that's something you want to do, make sure you hit the subscribe button. Again, this is kind of off the path of what I usually do, but I'm committed to doing daily uploads now, so I'm going to have a lot more kind of random videos like this. If you enjoy this kind of stuff, then please let me know so I can keep pushing through. That's it for today. I'm JT Franco. See you guys later.